I started the stream, sorry man.
Okay.
Oh my god, I didn't post the message.
Then post the message.
Are we alive, guys?
Are we live? Are we?
Yeah.
Are we? Let me check the sounds.
1, 2, 3 test. Or is my voice?
Okay, I think it sounds good, yeah. I think we both sound crisp. We already got first message, right? From Classic David. Hey Alex Arnaud, thank you for what you do, and thanks Alex for YouTube comments arguing. Looking forward to the stream. oh yeah, okay, I remember Classic David. Well, I wasn't trying to argue Classic David. I was just simply stating on how we play in the markets. I mean, you know, and I guess this short got blown through, so I can now remove it because obviously it wasn't played out as we intended to. But it was nonetheless, it would be, if I had another chance like this again, I would have for sure taken it again because it is the most logical option when it comes to it, right?
The exact same one, yes.
Exact same one. I mean, I don't see the difference. I would play it exactly the same. Like you had crash. I mean, even this, you can see it on 4 hourly. You had crash that stayed at multiple candles below this level. So yes, on a pullback right here, I would take this short again. And I wouldn't be ashamed of it because it is one of those shorts that's gonna play out a lot of the times, even though this time it didn't, but it's gonna play out a lot of times. Again, it was smaller time frame and it was still under 50% chances, but if you look at it how heavily we are in alts and how heavily we are in Ethereum, it's still something I would do all the time. I mean, essentially still something I would play all the time. And now I know probably the most brought up question right now, and yes guys, the chat on YouTube is available if you got any questions, post about any altcoins or anything, right? It's available right there. So we're still missing Satoshi, which is kind of weird because he's usually the first guy here, right? I mean, so don't know how Satoshi still isn't there. But yeah, probably the most asked questions, most something that you guys would probably be worried about is this week, right? And this week has, because Bitcoin has crashed down, and even Ethereum in this case has crashed down for almost, wow, not has almost, but almost $1,200. And now a lot of the people, I've seen it on Twitter and, you know, all of these channels that kind of do spread this around, says, oh yeah guys, this is such a classic end to a bull market. Like this couldn't end more classically than it did. And although I want to point out I am not being too bullish, I am not being too greedy or too bullish, this doesn't replicate that this is the classic end, right? I mean, first of all, if everybody is saying this is a classic end, well, it's most likely not gonna be a classic end, right? That's one thing, right? The second thing is right now this is a wick, right? If we were so extremely bearish, then let's think about one thing. If we were so bearish, right, we will probably be closing this week, right? We will probably closing either here or under here. And what did we end up with? We ended right back from the beginning where we started. So this, for me, that doesn't perceive as being very bearish, and I'm not being greedy at the moment, right? I'm just saying the fact that if I'm looking at the chart and I'm seeing that it's a giant wick and we're talking about dropping $1,200 and then not even 4 hours later, we are exactly where we started off, that is not exactly perceived as bearish. That is quite a lot of liquidity that pushed the price up. So obviously we can see there's some buying power coming in nonetheless, right? I mean, on Bitcoins, people has still not given up, right? And what this has created for now, if we are looking at 4-hour chart, and even if you're looking at daily chart, the sample of the structure is quite it's quite similar, right? But it's still a little bit better visible on 4 hours, right? So the one thing that this whole thing has created for us is actually a pretty good point where you could deem to consider that the bull market is over, right? So what I'm trying to say by this, but how this structure just form itself, if the structure starts pushing downwards and it starts closing underneath this point, at that point I would be calling for much bigger drawbacks. What I'm saying is from that point onwards I would be calling for 13k or 10k, right? Because that would kinda end your bullish points, right? Because so far Bitcoin has been bullish. it's been continuously bullish. You can see you never lost a level. And this, in this case, as you can see, that would be the first biggest level lose that you've had all the way since 3K, right? And that would definitely be a strong indicator that bull market is out of the window, right? That would be a really strong indicator. When it comes to ETH, I haven't checked it yet, how it looks like, if the wick ended up there the same. And look at that, right? Wick ended up exactly the same on Ethereum. And again, you're again above this area. And so far, you know, a lot of people will say this could be very bearish because we wicked so down much, right? But also need to remember that in less than 4 hours, we bought it right back up again. And we are in these areas, right? So yes, now we can get a realistically pullback because we have picked up so much liquidity. But realistic pullback, I mean, realistic pullback right now, I wouldn't say it's going to be any higher than this. I don't think it's going to go even under that wick, because if it starts going under that wick again, then again I'm going to have to start bringing out some of my shorts, right? Some of my stronger shorting games I would have to be brought out, you know, just to, again, to start protecting my positions that I currently have open, right? And again, I don't want to do that because we are making a lot more money on longs than we are currently on shorts, and obviously we want this to last, right? So for Bitcoin, we definitely wanted to go above the all-time highs, and it did. Sorry, I gotta mention it on Bitstamp and on Kraken. It did go over the line, right? But this is where we really got lost, right? I mean, we don't know how far above the top it can go actually, right? We can only help ourselves with a little simple fib here to kind of tell us, and probably the next point. So we can already say that this one was already touched. So the next one would then be between 25k to 24k. I can make an area about it if that will indeed happen. We'll see if this area is going to be full, but if it's broken out, then I'm going to be aiming the next one at 24k. And obviously I gotta mention, right, I mean, at this point when you have nothing to the left side, yes, Fibonacci does help, but you also have to make multiples of it, right, to see if they match. I could probably make another one to see if they match. Just give me a second. So yes, I got another 6 coming into the same area, so that would basically confirm it. Again, it's not really a thing that you would call that it's super effective, but when it comes to new highs, I use it sometimes a lot. I mean, sometimes to kind of get an idea where I'm gonna be expecting some resistance, and that doesn't mean I just go there, but if the price goes there, I just sell it blindly in there, right? That doesn't mean it. I'm just gonna wait for, again, something like sideways action or something like that, but it's just a clear indication so that you know, can put yourself a little bit in the future and kind of help yourself with something, right? Because, you know, I'm not using any other indicators or anything. So yes, sometimes if you have nothing to the left, you gotta find some tools to help yourself. And a lot of the people use heat charts, right? So basically charts that kind of shows you where the orders are set in, and that's quite effective on Bitcoin, I could say, to some degree. It's not effective at all on the standard market. Because, you know, a lot of market makers are there and they fake orders. But on Bitcoin, you could say it's quite effective. If you want to see where the big orders are, where the big liquidity is in, you could definitely use those heat charts, right? So question, yes, Moavets, I will check those coins. Also, Kenmeister XRP, for sure, will check it as well for you. Ethereum 2 will affect the price. Ethereum 2.0 actually got released today, and I think that drop actually happened on the Ethereum 2.0 release, and I'm not sure if any of you guys staked it. You could have staked Ethereum 2.0 right now and start receiving API. I think the API farm for Ethereum 2.0 is starting today. I am not too sure if that's true, but I think it is, and you could have staked in like 32 Ethereum or something like that, or not, right? You could stake it in and you could receive money for the next 2 years, but it is locked for 2 years, right? So who knows, right? To me, I don't think that's so much worth. Like, I would only do that if I have a stack of Ethereum on my cold wallet and I'm saying like, I'm not gonna sell this stack of Ethereum no matter what happens in the next 5 years, right? Then I would do that. Because if you're trading actively and they tell you, I think the API was like 5 to 10%, right? I mean, I am pretty sure when there's a price like this, when you look at a chart like this, that you can make 5 to 10% on this chart per year. Like, I think that's very much possible, because you can see there's constant liquidity, right? Going down 70%, going up 1000%, even 70. Wait, sorry. Oh, that was a little bit too low. Sorry. 300%, 400%, right? So 500%. So you can see, I can pretty much say that you probably can make more on a chart like this than 5 to 10% per year if you trade it actively. Of course, if you also focus in trading, I don't just say that a random person who hasn't studied it before is going to come in and make 10 to 5%. I mean, a lot of people make it off luck as well, and then they mistake that luck with skill and they get wrecked on a higher time frame or on longer time frame periods, right? But yeah, I do think it's quite possible without too much hassle, right? If you only go for the safe ones, I'm saying like monthly levels, weekly levels that happen, those trades that happen every 3 or 4 months, you're gonna make more than 5 to 10% a year, that's for sure, right? So do you think it's realistic BTC retraces to 17k or 7.8 and rebounds higher? Realistically speaking, I would not want to see Bitcoin go under this point anymore. Really would not want to see it, because then again on lower time frames I would have to, on a rebounds of I'm going to have to go and short it again, right? And even if I was playing like 15 minutes right now, I would already be shorting it, right? But I'm not doing it at the moment, right? Because we have the stream, and I still think we already took the short here and we failed it. So I'm not going to take another one. I'm not going to be that aggressive with shorts, right? But if it starts going like, even though to here, like if it comes down here, I would still probably long it, because not only that, we are closing under 2 big levels, but we are probably going to get a reaction out of it, right? But if I'm going to long it, you know that my TP is going to be already here, right? And again, I'm probably gonna, if that happens, I'm probably gonna be long in Ethereum again, because Ethereum, if Bitcoin gives me 6%, Ethereum is probably gonna give me 8 to 10 or maybe even 12%, right? Ethereum always kind of extends each other, right? But if you start losing this point, then I'm gonna have to start closing a lot of my positions and doing a little bit heavy shorts, right? Because at that point onwards, I have to start thinking the trend is pulling forward. I mean, trend is turning around, right? And we are entering the bearish waters, and we will then retest deeper levels of 13k and possibly even 10k, right? Which again, I do think 10k is going to be happening in the future. We don't know when, but I do think it's a pretty strong point. And you know, tendency of crypto actually show in the past that these levels usually get hit quite a lot. So yes, that would be kind of my plan if that starts to happen, right? But for so now, I wouldn't be panicking right now. I'm definitely not in panic mode. I'm actually quite in a comfortable positions still waiting for chart to do its decision. And you know, again, we already spoke about this, Classic David, in the comments. I do not try to predict markets or anything, or you know, I don't go back in the history and try to find what it did exactly at that point in time and then do it here again. No, I just follow the chart. And yes, maybe I won't catch the top, I definitely won't catch the bottom, but you know, once side is confirmed, I'm just gonna follow it, and I end up making more than people that catch the top and bottom, because you know, they kind of tend to fuck up the in-between charts, right? So they don't take refills on their positions, or you know, they sometimes take too aggressive refills and they get stopped, and then it still goes their direction. So you know, at the end of the day, I do think a lot of these people get fucked in between anyways, because to my logic, it's still, if you're catching the tops and bottoms, so you're still mostly gambling, right? So I know there are probably not a lot of people out there who will catch tops and bottoms in consistent manner. I'm like, and if they have to be absolute gods, you know, in trading. Roberto, Ample pumping a bit today. It's been giving me positive rebases for a couple of months, and it's going to be about BTC and USD, but the party going to end soon. Like, no, you're not a fan. Oh, wait, if it's giving you positive rebase, I am definitely a fan of that, but I'm not a fan of when I'm taking good trades at it. It's punishing me for not giving me a positive rebase. And if you talk about it, wait, that's not the right chart. Ample USD. Wait, do we not have the Ample? Oh, I thought he was listed on Bitfinex. Huh, never mind then. Like, okay, so you said for a couple of months, but wasn't it like soon? It was under $1. Yeah, like just this month. I mean, back in November, it was under $1, right? So under $1, I don't think you actually got any positive rebase, did you? I mean, so far right now, I mean, it's absolutely looking good, right? Let me check the Cointelegraph, CoinGecko, to actually see what kind of market cap are we looking at here. Oh my gosh, 400 millions. And so this is going up for like, what, 10 to 15% per day? Oh my god, you're gonna be over 400. Yeah, you know what, I'm not a fan of it. Like, what I'm seeing right here, oh, you're definitely, if it comes to this point, definitely sell, man. I mean, at least take profits, right? That's a hard push. I'm not gonna lie. So it's been given out. So it's been in profit now since which day? So basically a week. Yeah, it's been given out positive rebates for basically a week right now. So I don't think it's that good. I don't think it's that good at all. Just look at this, right? I mean, look at this. All of this was almost under $1. Look how many days of shit you had to eat for that, right? That's like 21 days, you know? And 25 days we were eating shit. And now you kind of got, I don't know how much positive rebates for like 10 days. And probably won't last too long. But you can see, right? And all of this, you were actually punished for it, right? I mean, look at that. 40 days under, right? You were actually very much punished for holding a position, right? So that's why I don't like it, because, you know, I'm punished for having a good buy, right? I'm punished if my position got filled, right? And that's absolutely not nice, right? So yeah, I mean, if it comes to up here, I would definitely take profit takes. Like, this is a hard point, and let's just be realistic here. I mean, the way market cap is looking, I don't see it. I see it hard going anything above that, right? But I mean, it's always a miracle in crypto. I mean, I am prepared to follow the trend, like I already said. Hello guys, yes, I need stack to support the project. Stack to support the project, I'm not sure, but what project do you mean? We need people securing Ethereum. Oh, yeah. Okay, so you stacked. Okay, so Ethereum. Yes, I totally missed that one. So yes, you stacked to support the Ethereum project. Okay, I'm pretty happy if you have coins there that you're not willing to trade, because I have some of trading friends that actually have a cold wallet, and they have like, I don't know, couple of BTC on it, right? Couple of 10 BTC on it, and they're like, I'm not selling that no matter what happens. You know, that is their cold wallet stack that they put in aside for retirement. If it's gonna be there in 10 years, it's gonna be there. If it's not gonna be there, fuck it, right? I mean, it's basically the same as we already discussed. How do you invest into this S&P 500s and stuff like that? It works exactly the same, right? So you're pretty much putting you're pretty much investing part of your paycheck every month, and at the end of the time you expect it to happen, right? And that one has a lot more security. But with Bitcoin, who knows, right? The Bitcoin could end up being 100k in 10 years, right? Who says that's impossible, right? It could end up being 200, 300k. We know Bitcoin is very limited. It's very limited, and let's not lie to ourselves. I mean, most of the Bitcoin got lost. Right now you had billions of Bitcoins seized up by government of America, right? From some guy who ran incredibly big Silk Road operation, right? So he had a couple of $1 billion of Bitcoin that again got seized. So Bitcoin supply is just going down, right? I mean, depends on what the government of America is going to do with those. They're probably not going to throw them away, right? We need people securing Ethereum blockchain. The more we have on contract, the more secure we are. The price doesn't matter for me. It's a future beat. Okay, yes, that's exactly. I agree with that. If you have that, the only thing I don't really like with Ethereum, and they said they will solve this, and I'm actually not sure have they solved it yet. I didn't read in, but they will say that they will cap Ethereum, and they still haven't, right? I don't think they still capped the maximum supply of Ethereum, and that's what really pisses me off, right? Because that's the whole beauty to why something would moon in the first place, right? You want to have a cap at it, right? So if something is limited, right, it's always going to be more popular than unlimited shit, right? Just imagine, like, I mean, you create a car, like limited edition car series, right? They bring this limited edition car series and they say, we're going to make only 50 cars of this type. So, and one car is going to cost, I don't know, 1.5 mil, right? And they sell out in a week, right? But if you say, I'm going to do unlimited numbers of these cars, well, you're most likely going to sell them, you know, a lot slower. You're not going to sell it in a week, etc., etc. There's going to be tons of limitations and possibly longer term more profits, right? But you will have to be lower price, and it's going to be selling much slower than something that is limited, right? Alex, is a good decision to take profit now and sell BTC because market is getting dangerous? Okay, so again to elaborate, right? On that pullback, I also wrote that I took profits on Ethereum, right? Let's go a little bit back. Sorry, let's go like 4-hour time frame. We still haven't done Ethereum. So yes, so after this has happened, right? Not only have I shorted Bitcoin for a timely risk of 1%, right? I've also sold Ethereum here. Right here on 590. I sold a portion of my Ethereum. not all of it, because I'm gonna say all of it when we break a high time frame area. Then I will exit my spot positions, right? So I've sold again a portion of my Ethereum to hedge it a little bit. I will also enter some longs, right? But now, after I'm seeing this, like, yes, it is definitely not somewhere where you want to stop. And I already did a video on Cardano today, as you've seen. And I've exactly said, if this is one of the positions you're going to start rejecting, you're going to test a low. And exactly what happened on Cardano. So again, it can happen on Ethereum as well. But the problem is, once you start dropping too far, so far on this kind of coins, starts becoming a problem, right? So if you haven't taken any profits, I would definitely suggest take the profits right now, and you wouldn't be wrong about it. But also mind that you have high chances of continuing the trend until you break one big point. And so definitely do not sell your whole position, because that would be stupid. Rather, we all know that Ethereum can extend itself way beyond $700, right? So if you sell your entire position for a span of, how much dollars are we talking about? For a span of $60 right now, and it doesn't happen, you're probably going to be pissed, right? So your risk is basically 3-to-1 or 2-to-1 at worst case, right? I mean, we all know that if it breaks out from here, we're going to go above $700, right? That should be pretty clear. I mean, especially when you look at the high time frames that we already... Oh, wait, that's not the right chart, is it? Yeah, Bitfinex. We are in this large box, and we know that we are going to be targeting this to profit takes up here. So if it breaks out here, I'm going to be expecting for this one of these profit targets, if not both of them, being hit. So if you're selling it for a span of $65 right now, it wouldn't be exactly the most optimal position. Optimal decision. But if it, of course, starts going under here, that's a whole different story, right? Because now, as you form this structure, you would not want to go under that anymore. And if that happens, I would not be market selling. Again, I gotta repeat, I would not be market selling my positions, but I would definitely be selling them on a pullback, just securing that out and start opening some longs. So my primary focus would be longing stuff. And again, I already said that, right? And a lot of people disagree with that. But yes, when I talk about alts, I never tell you to market smash alts, right? I gotta emphasize that as well, right? You will see that most of my trades are always made on pullbacks, because that's a smart decision to do at the end of the day, right? Wait, are we lagging a little bit of stream? Wait, no, we're okay. Okay, it was just loading on my screen then. Yeah. So I always talk about entering alts and stuff like this on a pullback. So I would never tell you to market smash something unless it's in an area like this, right? I mean, if I'm too late to the trade, then I would do it, right? But it's always a pullback, because on a chart like this, when it just goes straight up line, right, I don't want to enter, right? I mean, that's just FOMO entry at the end of the day. We missed that trade, gotta move on from it, right? So yeah, markets getting dangerous. I definitely agree. Take some profits, but do not close your entire trade, because you would not be right about it. And even if it goes down from here, do not be pissed, because that decision for not closing the entire trade was still right. It was still right. And you gotta think about this. If you want to trade, you gotta think about longer time frame, right? If it's maybe been right now, but next time it's gonna leave you behind, right? And you had some areas in between, like here. I mean, if you did that on Ethereum right here, right? You said, okay, market is getting super dangerous, I'm selling out, Rook, and then it left you behind, right? And a lot of people sell out here. You can see this chart. A lot of people sold out right here, right? So yeah, so do not be too naive, and don't think like that every time you get a bad feeling, you want to sell out, right? And then the market could leave without you. You also need to remember one thing. You're only going to remember bad timings, right? So right now, if you say, I'm gonna sell out right now, and market goes on without you, you will forget that eventually, right? But the times you're right, you're gonna be like, oh shit, yeah, I was definitely right there. So again, it's just a numbers game. It's just statistics game, right? And again, here, what I wanted to show here as well before we move forward, right? So look, after we went under important levels, right, we still got that pullback, right? And that was the pullback when we sold some of the portion of Ethereum as well, right? That's the pullback as well. So you see that I don't market smash, or should I say market sell my Ethereums either, right? In those times, you just gotta keep calm, right? Because obviously after a drop, there's almost always a pullback, right? Unless the structure is really bad, then yes, it could happen eventually that you're not gonna get a pullback and you get stuck. But still, from my perspective, or should I say from my experience, you most likely always get a pullback, a decent pullback that allows you to sell, to exit your position, and then see what's going to happen. And yes, a lot of people got fooled here by Ethereum, and even I sold some of my positions because this was a proper grand slam. But you know, this time around, Ethereum probably got saved by Bitcoin as well. It would be a lot different if it wasn't for Bitcoin. But again, right, that's why you never sell your entire spot until you really have that strong confirmation. Will Tron market will get affected negatively after Ethereum 2.0 has been released? True, Tron market, no, I would not know to answer that question. I mean, we've spoken about that before. We've spoken about that before being an issue for not only for Tron, for everybody else, because there's too many projects, right? I mean, right now, 6,000 projects. So actually, now that I'm seeing this, Arnold, last time the number of coins were like 6,018 or something. So now some projects even got delisted. So I guess the dead projects are now even getting delisted on CoinGecko, right? But what I'm trying to say, there's a lot of projects that are eating away your market cap. I don't think Ethereum is the problem here, because most of the projects run from Ethereum, right? So most of them support them at dApps and everything, right? So I think the bigger problem you have is all the other projects that are eating away the market cap, right? And we can check the Tron. Okay, so we traded Tron a lot. So I guess now that we are down here, let's zoom in. What are we looking at? I mean, that's an area that we already had before. So yes, I would stick to this area as well. I mean, already got filled right now. Where's the box? My trusty old box. I don't know why I don't keep this box on the favorites. I always tend to search it under the options. Okay, so yeah, that was definitely the area. As you can see, we already had it from before. I can see, yes, on a higher time frames would be even better to see it. Let me see on weekly. Let me see it on weekly. Where are we looking at? Yeah, that was definitely a good area. So yeah, now if you tune down to 4 hours, it looks like it's not gonna last, but it wouldn't be full like that. So now I would move it a little bit higher, and now this has to hold. If this doesn't hold, it's basically, if we go on a real low time frame, I'm gonna make it like this, and now go on like 5 minutes. Oh, it's not seen on one, so I would probably have to even go 1 minute, and that's gonna seem like crazy. But yes, this has to hold this line right here, right now. This has to hold. What you essentially want to see here, it's a little bit wider, right? What you essentially want to see, holding this, and then going up, and then seeing what's gonna happen exactly here, and then seeing if it breaks out. But don't take trades in 1 minute, please do not. I mean, that is for only extreme measurements when you're trying to figure out where the price is gonna go. And this is, I guess this could be named one, but don't take it. Trust me, guys, you will not. You're gonna get wrecked doing that. Especially long-term speaking, right? I mean, it is not good for crypto. It's better for normal markets. A lot better for normal markets, actually, right? So yeah, when it comes to Tron, market cap wise, I mean, I couldn't tell you if this is going to be bad because Ethereum went up. I don't think it's going to be bad. I mean, it is its own network, I know, but Ethereum is usually the one that supports all the altcoins and everything, right? So I don't think Ethereum could be the problem, but you definitely have problem by listing, I don't know how many fucking new projects every week, right? So many useless projects that are eating away people's money, and not only that, they're scamming people, right? Also gotta mention that there's a lot of scams going around, right? We even made a video about how to avoid Telegram scams. I think Ben did a video on Sunday. It's actually really interesting video. Actually kind of, recaps the whole thing, what kind of scams are going around right now. Okay, do you think XMR can be a top 10 current? Oh shit, let me see. So wasn't that thing XMR, wasn't that thing top 10 at one point? Where is my mind cheating me? Oh no, do you know? Does it even have enough relevance to be the top 10? That's actually my better question. Coin market cap. Where is it? XMR. 16. Okay, so chart wise, so we are talking about $2.2 billion, right? And to be top 10, 4. Oh my gosh. Okay, that would be quite a big predicament. That would be quite a big prediction, to be honest. I mean, so far the chart is still okay. The chart still looks okay. I can't say this has ended. It can easily go above, right? We haven't lost anything major. We tried here already, but you can see again it was just VIX, right? So now we are holding this area. So yes, the chart can still go higher. If that's your question, I can give you that. But for it to be double the market cap that it is right now, yikes, that's gonna be a heavy call, man. one call that I'm not willing to make, because you would almost have to double on the price, because I'm pretty sure you released every coin of this, right? And even if it did this, I mean, I would still have to, like, let me see what we're looking here for. Whoops. What we're looking here at. Yeah, 160, 200. I mean, 200, I think already 200 would be already a stretch. I'm not taking the levels. Wait. Opa. Didn't do it correctly. Yeah. Okay, so I'm not even getting so I'm more leaning towards 160 than I am towards 200. There's more line up here. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be able to call you that. I mean, if it's gonna go top 10. The top 10 seems a little bit of a stretch. It would really have to be, and I'm not still sure. Are they still working on a project? That's also an important question, right? I mean, I know marketing has a standpoint, but if they're still working on a project, then maybe you could be talking about top 10 in the future. But right now, if they're not exactly an active project, then, you know, just going, I mean, just floating on the old waters like Doge or something like that, then probably not gonna happen, right? How about the Bitcoin Cs? They will sell them in auction like they did in the past. Wait, so they will sell them in auction again? So that's actually bad for us. But how does this auction even go? Like, what did they do? Like, do they say, like, I don't know, one Bitcoin is now worth 20 grand, give it to us or something? And then they say, right, and then they just take it for 20 grand. And why am I being spammed so much on Telegram again? Do I again have to close it? Jesus, man, my Telegram is sometimes really impossible to tolerate. Got way too many of them. So I'm not sure how those auctions go, but I would love to. I would love to know, right? So I don't know. Do they look at the current price of Bitcoin and then they go, or do they just say a starting price for one Bitcoin is 5,000 and then people make offers? It's probably like that. Yeah, people make offers for those coins, right? But I mean, that's interesting. Like because just imagine if you're one of the buyers, right? And I don't know if it sells in whole lot, or are they selling in bulk? I don't know. How do you go on auction for $1 billion? I don't know, right? But let's just say if they're selling it in a whole lot, right? How would you think that's worth it, right? Because how far would you go? You also have to know that it's going to be incredible. I mean, it's going to be a bitch selling that to an actual market to claim your money back. And not only that, how do you actually cash out that amount of money, right? And everybody's going to be watching you, and everybody's going to be watching your wallet. So as soon as you move it to exchange, there's going to be all of shit going on, right? So I don't actually know how much would you offer for $1 billion worth of Bitcoins? Like, I don't know. Maybe 500 millions at tops, right? Because I'm pretty sure it would cost you a lot of money to dump him, and you're risking the price going down while you're dumping him. I'm pretty sure you would need a couple of weeks to dump them, right? So you're risking a lot here, right? So definitely, maybe if you get it 50% off, I would be willing to place my bets that would be a good opportunity. Otherwise, probably not, right? So Litecoin is lagging BTC compared to last bull run. Will dump money start driving prices up going forward? Well, I mean, LTC wasn't looking that bad the last time we checked it, and okay, it reacted nicely to this point, yeah. So now we hit the profit take. Yes, we hit the profit take, then we went on to go on the trade again, if I remember, yes. And now we should be soaring over this one, yeah. So this one so far, what we did here with the lines is quite nice. Now this is the thing we're waiting for. This is the correct thing that we need to be. And you can see that would be the first major breakthrough on Litecoin. That's why I want this to happen, right? This is why I put my line there. As you can see, Litecoin did nothing but go down, right? And when it after even going down, it never reclaimed any other levels except here, except here. And we longed it here and we got wrecked. We got stopped here. I actually don't remember, what was that, during Corona? Oh yeah, during Corona, so I guess that's why we got stopped. But anyways, that was the first time we did it here and we got stopped. So now if it's gonna do something like that again, we are again taking a trade at it. And the first trade, as you can see, it claimed the first level. We already take the trade, and now this would be an important area really here. And if it takes over this, then yes, I am taking even more trades at it, and I do think would be a quite bullish spot for Litecoin, and Litecoin could definitely do a little bit more. But when it comes to Litecoin, I did notice that it's more sleepy than, let's just say, Cardano or you know, any other of those coins, right? So Cardano is definitely a lot more alive. Sorry, probably Ripple is the most one alive, right? Ripple is probably the best one of them punch right now. So I do think Ripple is still the king when it comes to this shit. It's definitely stretched out the most. And then it's Cardano, and then Litecoin, and TRX and EOS. They seem to be forgotten for now. But you know how the cycle usually goes. Whales like to visit all of those coins in some sort of a direction before that shit happens. The only one I'm actually sorry about, I didn't short this one. That's the only one that I fucked up, right? So we had short here before, right? We had short here, and this short paid out nicely, but then I didn't short this. That was the only problem, that I didn't short. We had long, but it didn't short it, and then yeah, that got. And then on this pullback, I mean, that was that big drop off that we had on Bitcoin. This long got wrecked as well, and that was actually sad because this was a really good area. I really thought this was gonna give us a nice reaction. And I wouldn't say, again, like people said, I was too greedy, but I wouldn't say I was too greedy here at all. Like, this is one of the trades I take all the time when it comes to it, right? But then yes, when it comes to indexes, that totally played out a different part. So yeah, I mean, Bitcoin Cash did fine as well. I mean, we also gotta mention that we were in Bitcoin Cash when the fork happened, and that was actually pretty nice money for us all as well, right? When setting stop loss, do you set stop limit with limit price above activation price? So you're asking me if I'm setting the trigger for stop loss, do I set it above the stop loss? That's what you mean? Because then yes, like on BitMEX, I always used a stop market, and I also do on other exchanges, right? There was only on Binance, you have this thing, like, I know what you mean, yeah, when you set a trigger and then a stop limit sets up. But on Binance, I've said many times before that I actually don't use stop loss, that I use this little cool app called Tap Trader on my phone. And part of the reason for that is because you get a big scammy VIX, like something that sometimes happens. Like, I can say Cardano had a one, right, recently. Yeah, VIX like this, right? Whoops. Sometimes stuff like this happens, and then my phone notifies me that it's getting close to my stop loss, and then I go to my computer, and then I basically just check the trade and I follow it live, and then I decide if I'm gonna exit or not. And trust me, this has saved my life a lot of times on Binance. This has saved my life more than 20 times on Binance, because many times something like this happened, 1 minute under my stop, boom, and then back above my stop, and I was like, okay, this is looking good still. I'm not gonna exit. I'm gonna go, right? I just checked on BTC, still looking good. I'm not gonna exit, and that happens. And that happens. Even we had some of this happen, like I think in the last 2 weeks. Even I had this happen 2 times. And if I had stop loss set, I would definitely lost the trade, right? But because I didn't have my stop loss set, because I used this chat trader thingy, and I get a notification on phone, I go live and I check it, and actually saved my ass, right? Again, and you can't help it. I mean, it is low liquidity markets, and when it comes to low liquidity markets, you got to do that, right? I mean, if you wanna survive, you got to do that, right? Oh yeah, other BTC. I mean, I want to mention I did make a video on it came out on the perfect time today for this one, for these ones, right? So at least we said, right, if it's not gonna break out this one right here, it's probably gonna crash down. And then it did go down here and retest it here, but didn't retest. It would be optimal if it retested even deeper, but I guess it's not over. But if it goes all the way down here now, then probably Bitcoin's gonna shit its pants as well. Let's see. Well, Bitcoin, other Bitcoin, okay. Yeah, I mean, the refill zone is definitely here. It's definitely here, located here for sure. It's definitely here, yep. But I hope I'm not a fan of these, and now that we start breaking down again, we should just go, And now that we're retesting on it, like, this can fail, guys. This can fail, and it's not something I would be now gladly taking trade at it. Because we are already going kind of deep here, right? I mean, you saw Bitcoin and Ethereum, and they hold closed up here, right? And that's much better. And here you already were going down, then took a dive, and now you're kind of here on the midst. It's a really tight spot, This spot is not not something I would call my all-time favorite, so I'm not really sure. I wouldn't be really taking a trade right here, to be honest. I wouldn't be refilling my position right now due to VAC, how this short looks like. I would rather wait. Wait, what would I wait? Let me see. What could be much better here? So I would rather wait for us to get above this green line again. Yeah, but then you're not gonna have a lot of meat left, right, are we? One of those trades when you can't really put a finger to it, right? I mean, it is still 32%. So yes, I would be more gladly to take the trade if you go above the green line. And there's still 32% in, right? But yeah, when it's like down here, I can tell you, like, you can still enter the trade, because I do still think, I mean, so far you wouldn't be right, you wouldn't be wrong on the trend, but you know, down here it is, you can get stopped, right? Let me just check how the big stop loss are we even talking about here. Wait, can I not make? Oops. How big of a stop loss are we talking? 8 to 12%. I don't think for 8 to 12%, I don't think that's worth it, man. I don't think that's worth it, really. If it was like 4 to 5%, I would go for it, but I think it's too much, bro. I think it's too much. GFI USDT, let's go. I mean, we traded that one nicely. Oh, for the love of God. So, okay, look at this. This is a total example that I will start telling you about, like, not 5 minutes ago. Exactly. Look, if I had a stop loss, bam, right? And I think that was actually the trade I got notified for on the phone that I was talking about. I'm not sure now because I had so many trades, but I think that was actually the trade. And then I went live and I checked it, and then, you know, it closed back in. And this is exactly the very reason I'm talking this to you. That is why I use on Binance, I use the phone. I would never do that on standard markets, but standard markets are trillions and trillions of dollars. But this is exactly how I would do it on here, right? So yeah, so definitely this is this is a part of the reason I'm talking about, right? So wait, let me check GFI BTC. Okay, GFI BTC reacted again nicely from our area as well. So I got not into this. So what is your question? Fake enter trap. What do you mean by fake enter trap? Like you're fearing that, I mean, if you haven't entered down here, or if you haven't entered like where we had the trade, then do not enter right now. This is not a safe entry at all, because not only have you not broken the top level, you haven't even revisited this area and you're already rejecting here. And now if you start closing under here, I would not be entering that trade anymore. So trust me. It's Tap Trader. Can you write that in the chat, Arnaud?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, write that in.
Very useful app.
It's a really nice app. It allows you to have 50 coins on watch list, and you can set alarms, and it gives you a pretty nice notification. It's really fast. I gotta tell you, man. It's usually when it crosses some point, I get a notification in the same minute. You know, so it's one of the fastest ones I've tried, and I've tried tons of them. And I gotta say, when it comes to technology in crypto is so far ahead when it comes to exchanges and these notification programs and everything. Like, you wouldn't believe what kind of crap is in standard markets, normal markets, right? Like MetaTrader is so far behind them, and not only MetaTrader, the exchanges. Oh my gosh, if you ever tried eToro, or if you ever tried Plus 500, Jesus Christ, those exchanges are just whack, man. Like BitMEX could easily wipe the floor with every one of those exchanges. If BitMEX just got their shit together and just, you know, made trading a little bit, made their engine a little bit better, and their stop losses, you know, they wouldn't be messing around with your stop losses so much. BitMEX would be world-class exchange, to be honest. Much better than all of that crap that it is. I mean, even FTX is much better exchange, right? But when it comes to some of those exchanges, bro, I just can't stand them, right? They're absolutely trash. And I don't know, like, they're making billions of dollars, and, you know, this whole user trading service is still so incredibly, like, it's stuck back in 90s. It's like you definitely feel like you're stuck back in 90s, right? So GFI definitely not enter. If you didn't enter the long down there, definitely do not enter. So for Binance, I did a video, and I'm still gonna wait for this area, right? Oh look! Oh shit! Our short got filled. I didn't see that. Look at that! Look at this sniper, man. Ooh. That's a snipe if I ever seen one. Hi, Arnold. Yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah. That was a pretty good. Okay, so short got filled. That's a pretty good snipe. Yep. That short was more meant as a hedge for people who long down here, and this long, as you can see, played out. Wait, did one? When does one get filled? Can't remember. What's here? 27, 28. I think it got. I think it was, or maybe it didn't. I'm not sure. So it was just meant as a hedge to your long down here. So yes, I didn't feel this short at all. But I mean, it did tag the box nicely, and I'm not sure if I. When did I say to fill this one? I'm not sure right now, but I have to check the past videos. But yeah, I mean, so far that's looking quite beautiful. But on BNB, man, I'm waiting for this. Like so far, I'm waiting for this. You know. So I'm not gonna be doing. Wait. So I'm not gonna be doing any other trades on BNB, right? Wait, BNB BTC. Let me check that one for you as well. Oh yeah, and here totally wrecked. Classics. Oh yeah. Oh wait. Okay, so this is actually a good area. This is actually a good area. I remember now. This is actually a really good area that I would feel trades on it. Yep. Oh fuck, this is a good. It is a good one. So this one I'll be taking it for sure, 100%. Did I already miss it? Okay, no, I didn't miss it yet. So I'll be waiting for this one. But if it starts turning around here, I'll just jump ahead of it. So yes, this is definitely the one that I would take. Look at this drop. Holy shit. That's a big drop. 50%. Holy crap. But yeah, definitely would take. Uniswap. Uni USDT. Let's go. What are we looking at here? Wait, you got stopped on Uniswap? Uni dropped too much, got stopped. Would you enter again? No. No, if you got stopped, I would definitely not enter again now, because now you have nothing that would help you. But you got stopped kind of soonish, right? I mean, it's one of the, like, it's the same short as we take on Bitcoin, right? It could be an early reversal, right? But again, like, fuck, I mean, if you look at this base to the left, high time frame wise, you didn't lose shit, right? So high time frame wise, this could still remain bullish, but I don't want to tell you to enter here again, because that would be, you know, sort of a FOMO entry. For me to enter again now, if you got stopped, look at this area right here, bam. If it goes above here, that would be much better entry for me. And then I would take it up here, and then let's see how much meat is left. 24%, 25, yikes, it's not the best, but it is. But right now, if you enter it right now, it's quite risky indeed. But you know, I mean, if you would enter it, you would have to short hedge it, but the problem is you can't even short hedge it right now because it's already been tested, right? So fuck, it's not gonna end up like a smart trade. It's gonna end up looking like a dumb trade, right? If I give you advice here and to say to enter right now, and this fails, you know, it's gonna be a dumb trade. And even if this wins, I'm still not gonna be happy about telling you a trade like that, right? So I really want to do. Which text alerting system did you make? Oh yeah, Tap Trader, yeah. So Arnaud dropped there as well. It's free, guys. You can use it. You can even use the paid version, but I don't think you need it, because if you have a watch list of more than 50 coins, well, holy shit, right? Because I use some alarms on TradingView and not all of the time, and this is why I sometimes lose positions. Well, not lose, I mean I miss positions, right? Due to the fact if I wanted to do alert systems, it would probably take me hours to set them all up, and then once they go ringing, the specialty about altcoins is once one alarm goes ringing, they all do. You know, if one big area gets smashed on one altcoin, then most likely in the other 5 coins they're gonna get smashed again. That's just specialty of altcoins because they move so similar to each other, right? So once one gets fucked, they all get fucked, right? And you don't want to. And I did that in the past. There were so many alarms going on, and then you're too confused because you don't know which trade the fuck are you gonna take right now because everything is ringing. And you're being pressured into taking positions. So I just think that is toxic to begin with. So you just pick the best positions, what you think. And yes, sometimes you're going to forget about coins. Sometimes the coins you didn't pick are going to play out. And the coins you picked is going to get stopped out. But that's just the life of trading, right? Life of trading crypto. The shit that doesn't happen a lot in regular markets, because regular markets, you know, move a little bit differently. Like stocks are not so closely bonded together either, right? And also if you're trading Forex, well, if you're not trading the same kind of pairs, then you should be okay, right? Could you share your TradingView settings? My TradingView settings, I mean, I don't see anything special with my TradingView settings. So basically what I do, I know some people got great, right? So what I just did is, I mean, I like a black background, right? So now if I go this, you will see that I still got grid in behind. I just put the grid at the same color so that I don't see it, because I absolutely hate grid. I mean, when I see like this, I don't see how this is helping me at all, right? It just clutters your chart and you just miss the lines and everything. So you can see my chart settings are not that bad, right? I mean, they're quite eye friendly. And that's actually a joke that I say around a lot, because, you know, how do you spot a fake trader? That's actually a pretty good joke. Is when I see a guy who trades on white chart, I'm usually gonna call him a fake trader. And the thing is, right, like I'm telling you, you cannot trade, right? You cannot trade on a white chart. Like I don't know how people do it. Like when I trade on a white chart, and I did it on the beginning, my eyes used to hurt like crazy. Especially if you're watching the charts for like hours, a couple of hours at a time, your eyes are gonna be hurting you like crazy. So I don't know why anyone who is a real trader would trade on a white chart, right? So that does make sense. So usually when I see them on Twitter, I'm just like, okay, that guy is not a real trader. So I mean, I could be wrong with that. I say that joke, I throw that out a lot, but I do think it's not good. So yeah, as you can see, my trading view settings, pretty standard. Then I got multiple layouts. I got multiple layouts that I'm loading, right? So I use one for stream, I use one for YouTube, I use one for crypto, I use one for forex, I use one for stock. So I kind of keep them separated, you know. And then I also use one for exchange streams and YouTubes, right? Because I do not want to mix them together when I'm drawing these lines and sometimes wiping the charts up. I don't want to lose stuff. But yes, at the beginning, it's actually good for you if you wipe your chart multiple times, right? Because I used to think like on the beginning, it would take you like half an hour to do an entire chart. And then it would be like, oh, I don't want to wipe it. But it's actually good that you wipe it, because the next time it's maybe not going to take you 30 minutes. It's going to take you 29 minutes, 28, and so on and so on. So the more you practice, you're going to end up doing it in like, you know, a minute or 2 minutes. And you're going to be, that's the kind of speed you want to be seeing it, right? So yeah, my settings pretty standard, right? I know you're not big on indicators, but do you ever factor in RSI or any decisions? No, the only indicator I am guilty of is volume. It's actually the only indicator I'm guilty of is volume, and only volume in crypto. If I go to forex, I will never look at volume, right? I will never look at volume because I do think it's irrelevant. In forex, it's all about the opening hours and closing times. I'm not saying that I'm trading on opening hours or closing times, but the charts, as you can see, right, when it comes to volume during the US close, US close is a little bit later, right? But you can see that during those close times, it's trading a lot slower, and this is very consistent, right? Open hours, close hour, open hours, close hour, right? So what I usually do, I try to be out of all trades during these times, right? During the low liquidity times, unless I have to hold the position overnight, then I'm gonna be leaving them open. But also by doing that, I avoid paying fees every night. So on forex, if you leave your position open, you gotta pay swap fees, right? You got swap fees, and you obviously those are daily. And you know, you have like Wednesday when they're like doubled, or sometimes the weekend is a little bit more expensive. Depends on which exchange you are. They charge you differently, right? So on volume, I don't really use it on forex. It's irrelevant, and you can see it's quite consistent, right? It's quite consistent every day, right? Well, if you go on, I don't know, Bitcoin, right, you can see it's not as consistent, right? It's really jungles around the much, right? And lately, a lot of the action has been happening during Asia hours on Bitcoin, anyways, right? So, yeah. It's a little bit different. So yeah, I don't use any other indicators. Like if you would call Fibonacci, I'm only using Fib retracement if it goes above the top or if it goes under the low, because somehow you gotta know, or somehow you gotta give yourself a little clue where it's gonna stop. And I'm not saying it's highly accurate, because it's not, but it kind of helps me to focus on that area and start so that I start looking charts more closely, right? Because when chart is mooning, I'm just gonna go and I don't know, I'm trading Binance or something, I'm just gonna go like this. Okay, chart is mooning, onwards, right? I'm just gonna skip in the charts, right? But if I have like an area up in 24k and I see Bitcoin come up here, right? Whoops. And I see Bitcoin come up here and I switch between the charts, then I'm gonna be like, oh shit, I need to watch. Oops, Jesus, come on. I need to watch the chart in that area, right? Because it's important. Yep. So that's basically how I would do it, right? So no indicators, no other indicators. I'm not a big fan of them. Like I said, they show you the past and not the future. So I do think the past is still relevant because every structure is different. Before the end, please go to your favorite chart, BTC. Oh shit! How did we not remember a bit about Bitcoin dominance? And fuck me, Bitcoin dominance is still holding the level. So the idea was that Bitcoin dominance will drop this level, right? This level, and then it will drop it and we will go all the way down here. But so far it's still holding it, so not much has been to said here. But yes, classic David. I mean, so far it is one of my favorite charts because it's playing really well, really well. Only a little bit under here, but okay. So far, I mean, it's been quite nice. So right now, it is still, you could call this accumulation in this area. It is not looking too good, right? Let me see in the daily. Yeah, it's right about in the area. If it's accumulating for two, okay, so we can now see a pullback. We will be able to see a pullback maybe to up here, and then really hoping that's gonna be it, and then drops down here. If it's gonna be any more than that, then alts are gonna get absolutely smashed, and I don't want to see that. And you kind of did, you know, you kind of did lose there, so I don't think it should be that big of a. I think that should be the last thing. If it happens, that should be the last thing. Like if it goes from here now to up here, I'm gonna be quite stunned, to be honest. That should be the last thing. Here, tag this, maximum possibility tagging this and then going down. That would be my maximum possibility right now. I don't think I would like to see anything further than this, Let me see a little bit to the left side. I'm not gonna look only the small time frames, right? It's right there, you know, it's right at the fucking box, you know, it's not, have we lost anything? Not super really, right? It's right in the box, but we went a little bit deeper than expected. But then again, if I zoom in, I didn't really get a daily under the box close. Again, it's just VIX, a really heavy position, but I'm gonna have to go with my decision because it is the best decision for me to happen. So I'm gonna pray that my decision is correct one, and it's not, right? If not, nothing else, I'm gonna be having a lot less trades on alts. That's the only thing that hurts me. Not that I would be hurt that my that I'm not that my alts are exposed. Hurts me actually that I will have less opportunity on alts, and I want to trade alts a lot more, right? I want us to have opportunities that I can make videos about it daily and so on, right? I use the centralized VPN. It's called OXT. Wait, is that Orhit or what the? I also traded it. Would you look at it? Wait, isn't the centralized VPN Orhit protocol something like that? Or am I wrong? Is that not the right thing? So it's the centralized VPN, and then, okay, it got listed on September. Okay, it's the first time I'm looking at this coin, I think. I guess I can add it to my green list. Wait, what am I trying to do right now? Oh yeah, watch the watch list, yeah. Shit's kinda lost my train of thought there. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so we don't have a lot of it, right? So we started, we went down, we rejected the point, and then we start closing underneath this. So this is actually kind of looking bearish. So yeah, the deciding point, what you gonna do about it? Nope, that was tested. Nope, that's your deciding point right now. Is it done or is it not done? If it goes under this, I would be out of that coin, that's for sure. I'm not liking these two rejections. So first you rejected the top, then you rejected the other top that was created before it went all the way down. So that is not, I wouldn't say, yeah. So it is Orchid, so I was right. Okay, so it is Orchid. So yeah, so I'm not exactly too bullish on this one, right? If it doesn't hold this, it's most likely it's gonna go down under. But I mean, if it's real life business, that's pretty good, right? I also traded, would you have a look at it? Also recommend it for the long-term hold. Actually, to be honest, I already got my own VPN project that I'm holding, or should I say that I'm participating in. It's actually called SpiderDAO. I showed it the last time, right? And I'm gonna use their VPN as well. They already gave it to me, and I'm gonna be using it for a longer period of time to kind of see if it's worth it or not. But so far, I really like the product. It even came with a router, and you know that router has 5.8 Wi-Fi, so it works absolutely tremendously in my house. So I'm pretty happy with it. So I guess I will be holding that one for a longer period of time. We'll see. Will today drops? What's your thoughts on Cardano? Well, Cardano, or we already spoke about it, right? There's a big issue on Cardano that we would currently not trade it, right? Wait, was it BTC? Yeah. So Cardano, I mean, if you absolutely have to trade it, it's right in here right now. I mean, sorry, lower time frame, 4 hours, yeah. But this is not where I would be entering trade anymore because it kind of looks bad. It kind of looks a little bit overstretched. And also didn't notice before, now that you ask me, oh, well, volume is going down as well. So that's not exactly the good part. So for Cardano, I wouldn't be trading it right now. I would be just waiting and see when it closes above here. Then I would be going into that trade. You know, not really something I would do, right? So also I left some of the coins up there, right? So Lisk BTC, you've asked me on the beginning of the chat. I was asked about Lisk. Wait, what did we say? Oh, not good things last time about Lisk, did we? Or did we? Well, like you did test this. Yeah, you did test this. And I wouldn't be doing anything else. If it doesn't hold this, you're fucked. That's pretty much it. Like, this looks pretty poor. Not gonna lie. This looks pretty poor. There's nothing else to do in this coin but this area. Nothing else to do. Hive USDT. Oh my gosh, Hive still looking like trash, bro. You already spoke about it before, but no, there's nothing I can tell you on Hive. You just gotta find its bottom, man. I mean, it looks like you're trying to find the bottom, but actually ask me next week about it. Maybe next week it's gonna look a little bit better. I need to start seeing something like this, you know, because this is looking poor. And look at this, it barely got any volume and then immediately dropped it. So I wouldn't be saying much. This coin looks a little bit like that to me. Maybe project went a little bit to shit. I have no idea if there's anything happening on this project. I have no idea, but yeah, doesn't look good at all. So CTK USDT, we had some early requirements. CTK, wait, what the fuck is this? Why am I seeing so many new coins, man? What is this, Arnaud? What? Going to my watch list. I mean, I'm just seeing these new coins. I never know. Okay, so CTK did a nice reaction here, yeah. But again, it rejected here. Oh, I can't give you a smart answer again. This is the area. If it goes above, bam, bam. Long it. Smash that long at it. Stop loss. Not gonna be putting under here. It's actually under here. 7%er. And the profit take here. 2 hour. Not bad. Not bad. 2 hours. 18%. That's my CTK analysis. CTCI, USDT, bam. Oh yeah, still the same trade. Still the same trade, nothing else added to it. Still waiting for that for a third TP. That's it on this one. I don't have anything to add to this one. Still a hold. Link. Okay, Link, I think I talked about it already. Yep. I think I mentioned it that there would be actually a same position to short it up here. And looks like every short worked out except Bitcoin. Holy fuck, right? I mean, BNB, Link, again, short worked out here. So every short worked out except Bitcoin, right? So I guess I took the losing short. But now if I had to long it, this is the area to long. This is the last defense area. If it goes under here, get the hell out of Link, because that's gonna look bad as fuck, right? So as this would be the last long area now, opportunity, opened at Link. And the stop loss is about 10 to 9%. But if you have balls, put it like this, 6%. I would probably be putting in like this if I take this long. I wouldn't be stretching all the way down to these weeks to put a stop loss. Here is quite enough. If it goes under this, it's probably wrecked time. And fuck, I guess I did. I took the only losing short at the end of the day because I just had to have that Bitcoin short run. Dash. Wow. See, Dash is something that retested that it exactly should. So Dash looks very similar to what we wanted to see on Ethereum and everything, right? I mean, look at this. It held the area correctly. It held it. It tested it correctly. And this was a good long spot. This was absolutely a good long spot. And now exactly the same story as on Ethereum. If it starts breaking on this, it's going to be troubles. It's going to be big, big troubles, right? And if it starts going up, perfect trade, man. So that is definitely your long position right here. You can't add anything else to it. And this, we looked at Link, BNB, XRP. We looked at it. Hive we did. Lisk we did as well. So those would cover all the trades. So now I can scroll back down. I had to cover the trades that I was asked on the beginning of the video, and I kind of reviewed them kind of late. So what we got here, I guess we will be wrapping stream about soon right now, guys, because it's been more than 1 hour. So let's just say you got one more OGN USDT. What is that? Origin protocol. Oh shit! Wow, what? Wow, that's amazing drop. What the fuck happened here? September. Huh? Did some coins got released or something? Man, that's such. What the hell happened here, man? That's such a steep drop. That's not logical at all. Not on that area. Origin protocol, 23 millions. Oh, so some supply had to unlock it. Like this has only 15% of supply. Like I'll be damned if supply didn't unlock here. I'll be damned, man. Like that's such a steep drop from an area like that. Seems almost impossible to me. And then just calms down like that. Well, shit, I mean, it's pretty logical. You have to hold this area. Right here, yeah? But if they got coins unlocked, get the hell out of that coin, because that's gonna go under. Like, they don't seem to have the best marketing team, or the best... Well, they did some market making, but it looks like they're stopping, right? So I'm not sure if that was market making. I mean, that looks like the market making. Oops, sorry. That looks like market making. I mean, look at this volume right here, and then look at this, right? Like they're bringing something up, but now it's chilling down. So maybe watch the volume, and if it starts going spiking up again, enter this. Enter, because then you probably cut the market maker and you're gonna make some money at it, right? But it's looking right now, if they're unlocking coins, that's bad. That's bad, man. You can see this is they're telling like 50% of the coins, right? 15% of the coins are unlocked, and they're already 24 millions market cap. That's shit, bro. What else do you see as long-term alt holds in terms of what their project? Yeah, I just said, right? I mean, wait, I can show that one again. Inspired. Yeah, this is the coin I'm gonna hold, right? Because not only do they have a company behind them for 3 years that's been doing sales for 3 years, they also have the router, right? You also get a router with it, and you have deep VPN access. And you can do all kinds of stuff with it, right? So they brought hardware to crypto. That's something I haven't seen before. I think I did once at Skycoin. And, you know, I'm really stoked about that, because finally you're not only getting magical coins, you're getting a piece of hardware. But again, that's just not a financial advice, right? That's just ICO. I'm going to play in this bull market. That's all I'm going to do, right? And if not going to look good, I'm going to exit it as well. But if it's going to look good, that's good. Oh, so Origin Trail got hacked. Okay, so that's the reason. Because you see, it didn't make sense. Why would you just steeply drop like that from this area? I mean, this is super strong area. I'm like looking for like a dumbass, right? Why would you just drop it like this? And see, that's the dangerous thing about crypto, right? Look at this drop, right? I mean, what are you gonna do about it? They got hacked, right? So if you knew they got hacked, this is definitely not the trade to take, right? I just couldn't understand why we dropped like this at it, right? So yeah, so in crypto, obviously you can get hacked and this shit happens, right? So fuck it, right? You can't really do much about it. Oh yeah, on KuCoin, yeah. Okay, now I remember, yeah. Okay, I remember the Grand KuCoin scam, yeah. It's a new DeFi play. I heard of that recently. It's whoa, XVC USDT. Let's see what we got here. Well, if it's a new DeFi play, then you must for sure. Ah shit. It's already been tested now. Yeah, man, it's already been tested. What to do? Let me see what to do here, really. around here. And this one deleted. Going back to 4 hours. Yeah, that's about the area I would be looking for to break on here. But let me just see something. Let me see something. What you did. Tested. You did us. Tested. You went down. You cancelled it out here, but then went under again for a ghost, and then you just took this low just a little bit, close back up, and then you just marched through high. Okay, yeah, so I see. And then you tested it again here. So now, yes, you're gonna probably break this. What you're looking for is to break this. But I don't know how high it's gonna go after it breaks this, because it can continue straight up. I don't know how much hype it has. Volume wise, not so good. But if I broke this, then maybe you could take trade just a little bit higher than this. Just a little bit, but not much. That would be my kind of a thing right now. But if you fail to break this, and if you start going under this, then you're most likely gonna undervisit this. That's gonna be the next point. So that would be from that point, that would be 17 to 20% drop still in the books in that case, right? Okay, guys, so I guess that would be it for today. Thank you for joining, right? Thank you for subscribing to our channels. Make sure you like the videos, right? Make sure you watch the videos. I do think they bring a lot of value to it, right? And we had some nice trades, as you've seen. We had some fails, but we also had some nice trades, right? I mean, I've checked some other Telegram channels and YouTube channels, and not a lot of people actually call trades. Not a lot of people actually call trades with stop losses and everything. Most of the people just say, yeah, smash the long right here, somewhere around here, and then if it goes up, it's okay. If it goes down, fuck it, right? So that's not really the proper way of trading, right? So I really do try to make it as close as it possible can, right? So that everybody can make something, right? Yeah, definitely. We'll be streaming again in roughly 7 days, right? Yep, on 15th of December. So yeah, sorry, 8th of December, what I'm talking about. Yeah, 8th, 15th, 22nd, and 29th of December, right? So it's gonna be quite a busy month, and obviously keep making the videos, right? If you guys keep showing us some love with subscribes and views, why not, right? We will keep making those. Yeah, keep it a secret. Well, I've tried, yeah. I mean, I can see if there was a lot of people watching, then yes, they could have screwed me over, because liquidity is so small on Binance. They would start putting entries before me, so you actually got a good point there. But yeah, thank you for watching, guys. Thank you for showing support, right? And again, if you try, when I'm talking in comments, I'm not trying to challenge anybody or insult anybody, but you know, also gotta, when you kind of just put your skills on display, you also get hit with bad feedback, and sometimes you gotta defend the feedback. And a lot of times I already did what these guys did in the past, so I have to kind of take it for granted as well. But you know, I'm definitely not the best when it comes to projecting the markets for 50 years ahead, because I almost never try to predict markets for the future. But you can see that if you just follow the trends and you follow the present time, it's usually good enough already, right? It's strong enough already, makes you enough money to do a living right out of it. So thanks for joining, guys. We will be seeing each other in the next one then, right? Next week, right, Arnaud?
Take care of you guys.
Take care, yep. Bye.